So this is the Barefaced 1524 and the Barefaced 3024. Why the names? 15 because it's got a 15 in, 30 because it's got two 15s in, do the maths, 24 because it's 24 inches wide, same as our 210, 410, 610, 810, Super 24 and Big 24. So they're conveniently sized for putting your big amp heads on like your Ampeg SVTs, etc. This is a really stripped back concept of just a great sounding 15-inch driver, like the really potent heavyweight 15s from the 70s that sounded really, really good, but with a lot more power handling because of modern technology. So one can often replace two. And it's very light because instead of the heavyweight ceramic magnet, we've got a very lightweight neo magnet that's just as powerful. And then the cab's really light because we're good at building really strong, gig tough, lightweight cabs. So they're still stiff, probably stiffer than those old cabs. They don't have annoying resonances you don't want. They sound great. They don't radiate mid-range you don't want. They just don't contribute to the sound in any negative ways and let the speaker talk. They're appropriately sized, they're tuned properly, so they're ported enclosures. The port is big enough to handle the amount of air a 15 like this can move, or indeed two 15s. And if you like that punchy mid-range, the fat round lows, enough highs for clarity and detail, but not bright sounds, you know, just something that speaks in that place in the mix. More mid-rangey than you think, more bitey than you'd think from cheap 15s. And not super, super deep, just big and fat. Quantity of lows, not crazy deep lows, not like our Big Twin 3 or our Big 24, but it's just big, fat, punchy, old school sounds in a cab that looks that cool and old school, but is hilariously easy to move and more powerful than those old cabs. So a lot of the time you can get away with a smaller cab. So it's win-win, win-win, lots of wins. And that coherent punch and that enough treble, but not harshness, means it just works in context to let your sound speak, whether you've got rounds or flats on. It just does the right thing. There will be some of you who want more top end. We can fit them with our excellent tweeter and crossover unit that's all custom designed by us. And yes, there will be a gap in the dispersion pattern and the things like that in the upper mid-range low treble, but it really speaks well for certain slap sounds, the really fat old school slap sounds that just go boom and then have that ping and snap on the top. It's 15s are where we started at Barefaced. We then continued taking what we'd got from those 15s and focusing on the accuracy that we were getting from those 15s and going further, which is why we got to the 12XNs. And then for the people who wanted a warm, fat sound, we developed the 10CRs, which was basically going the other way from those original 15s. But this is going in another direction where we are not going as fat and warm and staying cleaner than our 10CRs, but having that torquey mid-range that just does a slightly different thing to where the 10CRs sit, but is quite a lot more coloured than where our 12XNs sit. So there'll be more videos to come demoing it. This is a short initial drop, as they call it these days, of these, because these drivers are specifically for these cabs, so we only have a finite number. So yeah, get them while they're hot.